Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salawatu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This week's khutbah is on the loyalty to the wife. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, He didn't create for him 5 friends. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created from him his mate, his wife. And this wife and this institution of marriage is from the beginning of time. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created within this marriage a purpose, and this beautiful purpose are 3 actually: tranquility, sakina, affection, mahabba, and third one is rahmah. And tranquility is the wife. The wife is the tranquil balance in the home, the sakina that creates that safe environment at home, that a person comes, or when the family comes home, they sit together. There is this tranquility at home, de-stressing at home. But this requires effort, and the husband should be making this effort to make sure that this home and your wife is appreciated. And this is sometimes, not sometimes, but it should be communicated. Look at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We look at the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he was with his wives alayhi salatu wasallam. Once he was asked, Ya Rasulullah, who is the most loved person to you? He said, Aisha, straight away, without hesitation. He said, Aisha radiallahu anha. And the Sahabi said, Ya Rasulullah, we're not asking about from your wives, but from the men. He said, Abuha, her father. He didn't say Abu Bakr. He said her father. By connecting the father to his wife, he's also respecting the wife. And this is where affection, the second part of marriage, comes from. Affection through respect and honor, appreciation. SubhanAllah, the Prophet ﷺ was once on a journey, and his wife that was traveling with him lost her necklace. He stopped the whole caravan to look for this necklace. The Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ was seeing on returning to his home, the Prophet ﷺ would knock on his own door to enter, thereby giving warning to the people at home that I'm about to enter. It's his home. Subhanallah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And before even entering, he would also use miswak. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to have beautiful habits with his wives. He used to de-stress them as well. He used to sew his own shoes and fix his own shoes. They asked Aisha radiallahu anha, our mother, Aisha radiallahu anha, how was the Prophet? She said he was at the service of his family. Imagine. SubhanAllah, this is the final messenger to all of the world, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And this is his relationship with his wives. Not just one wife. How many wives, how many homes did the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam have? Yet he managed these homes. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam found company to him. And where did the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam pass away? In his home. That's not by luck. Where was he buried? In his home. Subhanallah. Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha had an amazing relationship with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all of his wives, but particularly Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha, because she was very young as well, and she related so many of these personal, private hadith, not private, but personal hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about their relationship. Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha, she mentions that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wouldn't sleep until we would talk to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He'd ask about your day, and what did you do, and what did you see, and what did you hear, and he would listen to them and talk to them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he would take their advice on board. Look at Hudaybiyah, when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was signing the truce of Hudaybiyah, and the Sahaba, the first time they hesitated to fulfill the commandments of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his wife, what did his wife say? She said, you cut your hair, you start, Ya Rasulullah, they'll follow you. What advice did she give to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? This is the mutual respect, the respect the Prophet ﷺ gave to his wives, and how he listened to his wives. And what did the Prophet ﷺ get from that? He got tranquility at home, love at home, and there was mercy. Subhanallah. And this is what we want. Look at Khadija radiallahu anha. Even after the Prophet ﷺ, even after Khadija radiallahu anha left this world, he never forgot Khadija radiallahu anha. He would always talk about how Khadija did nusra, how he assisted in his deen with her money. She believed in me when no one believed in me. She gave me money when nobody else would give me money. She listened to me when nobody else listened to me. This is Khadija radiallahu anha. Even after the Prophet immigrated to Medina, he would send, when he would sacrifice something, he would send meat to the friends of Khadija radiallahu anha. Imagine, this was the love and the respect and the mercy of the Prophet ﷺ with his families, and this is a great example for us to have great relationships with our wives, and inshallah, following in the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ, our wives will be a place of tranquility, a place of affection and love, and of course, mercy. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Wa sallallahu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.